Yo, hello everyone and welcome back to another daily update video. It is currently the weekend, so Bitcoin is right now consolidating a bit after this major dump that we had yesterday. And this week after we lost our weekly pivot, as you can see, we dumped back down to our weekly pivot support, the first one as you can see. And also if we measure from that previous range, as you can see, we are perfectly bouncing from that previous range at that POC. So basically the most volume right here, that's the point of control, and right here we are currently bouncing off from for Bitcoin, as you can see. And right now our indicators are getting very oversold. As you can see, our RSI and our momentum waves are getting in the oversold zone. So basically it is possibly that we get a reversal soon or later, or maybe next week, but there are some concerning signs that I want to talk about right now. So if we go on a hard time frame like the weekly, we do have our RSI momentum perfectly bouncing from that 80 line, and also our momentum waves, they are clipping to the downside, maybe possibly in the moment. And also if we look at something else that I want to show you, since the new month is just 14 hours away, if we look at the monthly time frame, we get a new monthly candle opened in about 14 hours basically. And if we look at the Bitcoin historically returns, the quarterly returns, and also the monthly returns, basically June, the month of June, has been historically bearish. As you can see right here, it has been bearish, also a very weak month in the summer basically. So as of right now, as you can see, the Q2, basically the quarterlies, the Bitcoin Q1, so the first 3 months of the year and the second 3 months of the year, basically these are, the Q1 is from January, February and March, and Q2 is basically, we've still got another month that we spent in Q2. Q2 basically ends at the end of June, so basically at the next month. So Q2 has been bullish, but it's very possible, as you can see, our last 3 years, basically our previous Q3 quarters have been very weak. As you can see here, the previous two, in the 2022 it was negative, and 2023 it was minus 11% the quarterly return for the Q3, and the last year 2024 it was only 1% of a return, so very weak. So I am expecting I'm being cautious right here, and I am expecting that Q3, so basically the whole summer until September, is probably going to be bullish or a sideways continuation of that range. But as you can see, Q4 is historically the most bullish time for Bitcoin, as you can see. And also last Q4 we had that run up after the American president election, after Trump won, we did have that run up. So basically 47% of a quarterly return is very big. But as I said, the summer is basically very weak month for Bitcoin, and it is very possible if we go, for example, on the daily time frame, as you can see right now, we are clipping to the downside on our momentum waves, and our RSI also is trying to reach that 20 line. And also from that bigger range right here, you can see we are currently trying to hit and bounce from that value area high. So as long as we don't lose that value area high, guys, right here, if we bounce, then I can see a continuation. But if we get down here and close a candle and do something like this, then as I said, it's very possible that we test that POC, or maybe even the value area low at the low 90s, basically 92 to 91k. Nobody is expecting this right now, but it's very possible that it can happen if we get back into that range right here. So it's very important for now that we do not lose that value area high right here, or else I'm expecting another test to about 96 to 97k basically. Also the same goes for the altcoins. Ethereum needs to hold in that range right here, as you can see. So as long as we do not lose this range right here, then we're going to be fine. But also the Bitcoin dominance, as you can see, currently keeping a momentum to the upside, very strong. So it's unfortunate for the altcoins, as you can see, that the Bitcoin dominance is once again getting strength to the upside. As you can see on our momentum waves and the RSI, the Bitcoin dominance is still looking strong, and that's why the altcoins are currently having trouble. And also yesterday we did actually close the stock market with a bit of a dump, but it's possible that we get a recovery happening next week, and then Bitcoin can also continue to the upside. But as of right now, I'm being very cautious for that monthly candle. So basically 14 hours we have a new monthly candle for June basically, so it's very possible that we get some kind of a bigger retracement, as you can see right here. So if we enable our monthly pivots and go to the daily time frame basically, so these are our monthly pivots right here. As you can see, basically we did get a rejection from our last monthly pivot resistance at around 109k, and right now the next monthly resistance is at around 101k, and basically the last pivot resistance that we need to act as support will be at this 96 to 94 level basically. As long as we do not lose these levels, then it's very possible that the price continues to the upside for this trend right here. But it's also possible that we hit the monthly pivot at around 88k, so you gotta be very cautious trading around this time. Also Solana is having a bigger dump than the other altcoins, since it has created a double top, as you can see right here, and double tops are usually very bearish sign, and Solana has been having a almost 18% of a correction right now, basically currently losing that monthly pivot resistance, and it's possible that we get a $133 for Solana if we do not bounce from our weekly pivots at around 146 basically. So Solana is still very bearish right now. The same goes for Sui. Sui also lost that monthly pivot resistance and is right now at having a 20% of a correction, and it's almost at $3 basically. At our monthly pivot is the last big support, and then it's but I don't think these are reasonable targets yet. So right now we are still strong. As I said, Bitcoin is still above 100k. If we get below 100k, then I will have to get more cautious for the trades, and also for my next long trades to plan, as you can see. And basically I'm expecting a pullback for Bitcoin until that possible 101. So as long as we do not lose that value area high, then we will be fine. But if we lose that, then I'm expecting bounce from that POC at around 96k, and if we lose that, then I'm expecting a bounce at around 91 to 92k. This will be our last very big support. So if we lose it, this one, then it's possible that we get a much bigger correction, as I said. But right now the momentum is still pretty good, so we just have to wait and see for the new month what will happen, if Q3 and the June will be a weak month for Bitcoin. Also something very concerning also is that we did get almost 600 million, and as of yesterday so basically almost 616 millions of Bitcoin ETF outflows as of today, and yesterday we did have almost 346 million as of outflows again right now. So there is a bit of a sell-off also in the Bitcoin ETF, so this is also a bit of concerning. But as you can see, open interest is currently flat as it is the weekend, and there is not much of a price action going on right now. CVD is also flat. So as I said, during the weekend it will be very weak price action, and so I'm just expecting a consolidation. And for the next week we do have some liquidity piling up on the top right here. As you can see, basically we do have liquidations until 109k, so it's possible that we have one more run up if we bounce from here. As you can see, if we bounce, then I can see no problem us going back again to 109k to maybe take out that liquidity, and then if the stock market holds well, then we can see that possible reversal but as of right now, still here at the very dangerous key level, as you can see, but the momentums need to cool off, as you can see. So we do have our momentum waves right now in a downtrend, and also our RSI is cooling off, ready for another major move to the upside, as I said. So it's very possible that we will get that move very soon, maybe at the beginning or around in the middle of next week. It also all depends how the stock markets and the CME future markets open up tomorrow night. So basically very important also. And this will be it for today's update video, guys. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.